Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video we're going to talk getting started with Warhammer 40k, and today we're going to take a look at the Aeldari, and in particular the Saim-Hann sub-faction or craft world of the army. Now in this video we'll go through talking about what makes a Saim-Hann army special for the Aeldari. We'll then take a look at some units we can begin our collection with before further looking at some other units we can expand upon after those initial purchases. Finally, at the end of the video, I will give you a little sample 1000 point army list for you to use as some inspiration for creating your own Aeldari Saim-Hann list, or indeed copy us if that's what you wish to do. But with all of that said, to begin with, we have the Saim-Hann Eldar, and they are one of the many different craft worlds that you can find in Codex Aeldari. Now, their rules are pretty simple in all honesty. First of all, we can reroll charge rolls with these units inside a Saim-Hann army, and also units with this attribute are also eligible to declare a charge in a turn in which they fell back. So both not able to charge after we've disengaged from combat, but we also get rerolls to go back into that combat. This is really good when we consider that this subfaction really entices us to take jetbike units, some of those that have the available ability to get extra damage with their combat weapons when they charge. So some pretty nice bonuses there. Now, like I said, we are encouraged to take jet bikes, and this is through the Warriors of the Raging Winds, which is the specific stratagem we get for being a Saim-Hann army. You can use this stratagem during your charge phase and select a Saim-Hann biker unit from your army, and until the end of that phase, the unit is eligible to declare a charge even if it advanced. So with the stratagem, we've got advance and charge, we have rerolls to those charges, we then also have fallback and charge as well. Ton of different ways to make sure we're always able to get into those combats we want to be in. And so, where to begin with our force? And first of all, I like the Autarch Skyrunner. This is a combat-focused HQ option we can take for the Aeldari that is an Autarch mounted on a jet bike. It'll come standard with a laser lance, which is really nice at +1 strength, -4 AP, damage 2, but actually gets +3 strength when the model charges, which is really cool. We've got the Path Command where we can reroll hit rolls of 1 for core units nearby. And then we've also got the Superlative Strategist ability, which allows us to use the command or the stratagem of the rerolls a single dice twice per phase instead of just once. On top of that, we've got Ride the Wind, where we automatically get a 6-inch move if we ever choose to advance. Once again, this goes really nicely with just furthering those charge benefits. So not only are we going to have a stratagem that can allow us to advance and charge, we're going to get a 6-inch advance on that, meaning we've got a 22-inch threat range plus a charge that's re-rollable, totaling up to 34 inches of threat range there for a charge, which is really nice. Now onto troops choice. There are a lot of options, and there are actually no jetbike options available for troops choices, but we can still make use of that re-rollable charge, and for this I really like the idea of Storm Guardians in a Saim-Hann army. Storm Guardians can take Aeldari power weapons. They can also have the shield generators, which will enable them to get a invulnerable save against shooting attacks, and they can also take some cool small arms weapons like fusion guns and flamers in the unit as well. So I think they're a really solid unit to bring to the table for your troops choices for a Saim-Hann army, which really wants to be moving around the table nice and fast and getting charges off and getting into close combat. And so, where to look for other units? And I think the first thing to take a look at is take a look at the Aeldari transport called the Wave Serpent. Now, the reason I really like the Wave Serpent is this is going to allow those Storm Guardians to keep up with the rest of the jetbike focused force we're going to have in our Aeldari army. Now, the Wave Serpent is a pretty cool transport. First of all, it can have a twin-linked heavy weapon on top, and can also have a variety of different upgrades. But I think it's a really nice transport with a transport capacity of 12 inside it, which is really nice, and can transport a ton of different models as well for your army. So if you're ever wanting to include things like race or stuff like that to add a bit more oomph to your army in other ways, these things can transport everything pretty much Aeldari, which is really great. Now, looking into other units proper, we're going to look at the fast attack slots, of which we've got 2 dedicated units I think really serve well in an army for the Aeldari of Saim-Hann. And the first one is the Wind Riders. These are a pretty standard sort of jet bike, though they can have a variety of a couple of different small arms heavy weapons, if that makes sense. A couple of your lighter heavy weapons in the form of the Scatter Laser or Shuriken Cannon. Both these weapons are strength 6, although the Scatter Laser is a heavy 6, no AP damage 1, while the Shuriken Cannon is heavy 3, minus 1 AP damage 2, and the Shuriken keyword there as well. Also cool is Ride the Wind. Like the Autark, this is just a thing for jet bikes in Aeldari in general. We get that 6-inch advance if we ever choose to. But Swift Demise is also nice as well, where each time a model in this unit makes an attack with a twin Shuriken Catapult, so the cheapest weapon option, against an enemy unit that is within range of objective markers, you actually get to reroll hit rolls of 1 against that unit, which is pretty nice, meaning this unit can operate a little bit independently. Now onto our other jet bikes, we have the Shining Spears, which are the jet bike focused aspect warriors of the Aeldari. Now they've got Star Lancers much like our Autark for the +1 strength, -4 AP, damage 2, and they've also got that +3 strength on the turn they charge, and then you can choose to have a Star Lance there as well on the Autark, the Exarch, which will have +5 strength instead on the charge. You can also put a Shimmer Shield on your Exarch for a nice 4-up invulnerable save. Now, onto the last thing to bring into the force, Farseer Skyrunners are really nice. Much like the Autark, this is just your regular Farseer, but on a jet bike. So you can add the abilities of what the Farseer can provide an Aeldari army, but at the speed to keep up with the rest of your force. Not relying it to be in something like a Wave Serpent, where it needs to hop out, then use Psychic Powers. This thing can just ride it around the battlefield with the rest of your force, which is really nice. It means it will never suffer from perils of the war with its Ghost Helm, which is really great on Eldar Psykers, and also that 4-up invulnerable save there as well. And so here we have our sample army list for Saim-Hann. Now we've gone with a patrol detachment, meaning we're not having to spend any of our CP on our detachment. We've then chosen to take a Warlord trait and a Relic, dropping us down to 1 CP from that initial 3 we would have when the game begins. Now, we've got our Autark, and here's going to be our Warlord. We can add 1 to his attacks, which is really nice, and the Warlord is eligible to perform heroic interventions, 6-inch and 5-inch vertically, or 3-inch horizontally and 5-inch vertically as well, which is really nice. Each time this Warlord makes heroic interventions as well, it can move up to 6-inch instead of 3. All other rules apply as per normal, so nice there. And then on top of that, we've got the Relic, the Talisman of Tion-Kar, where each time the bearer makes a melee attack, if the bearer made a charge move or heroically intervened in the turn, we add 1 to the strength and damage of the attack and improve its armor penetration by 1. So the Autark Skyrunner there is just going to be nice and fighty. Now we've then got the Farseer Skyrunner in the list as well. We've gone for Doom, which is reroll wounds. Really nice stuff there. And then into our troops choices, we've got 2 units of 10 Storm Guardians. Both of them have 2 Aeldari power weapons in the units, and they're both going to be sitting in our Wave Serpents with twin-linked Aeldari missile launchers. I think these are just nice for your transports to have a bit of anti-horde or anti-armor. Really nice, versatile weapon. And then into fast attack, we have 3 Shining Spears, with the Exarch having the Shimmer Shield on him for the invulnerable save. And then we've got a unit of 6 Wind Riders as well, 3 with Shuriken Cannons and 3 with twin-linked Shuriken Catapults in there. Perfect 1,000 points, perfect 50 power level if that's how you like to play, which just makes me happy. Now, if you've been playing with Saim-Hann and playing with Jetbike Heavy Eldar, let us know how you've been going and what you would do down in the comments below. Love to hear from everyone. And so that is the end of the video, everyone. Thank you all for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Also, drop a comment below and let us know what you enjoyed about the video. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by joining our Discord server, which is linked in the video's description. And lastly, if you'd like to help support the channel and keep us doing what we are doing and allow us to do even more cool wargaming content, you can support us on Patreon or YouTube members, both of which are linked once again in the video's description. As a special thank you to everyone, we'd like to give a shout out to our Patreons: Christian Weir, Soren, Greenskins Gaming, Kenny Lyle, Alderan Shot First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Thie, The Rising Ape, Q Dynamic, Anthony B, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, Derek, and GRP390, and as well to our YouTube members: Greenridge Gaming, Kenton Young, Ronya, Lock Lorick, The Johnny 84, David Ersworth, Wolfric Nick, Broken Shelf, Adriana Edwards, Revenar, Pink Nico Fire, Robin Mankiller, and Monty's Tabletop Terrain. A special thank you to everyone who helps support the channel. You allow us to do what we do. With that said, everyone, thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.